So the first is the good ones. They're both good, but the better ones, in my opinion, which is the personal email invite. You can see that example on the right. It's informal text. It's short and sweet. They mention you by name, and then it's unique to you. So there's something that relates to you that makes it personal, making you know that it is a real message. What does that mean? This means you're on that coach's and that program's list of a smaller list of recruits. So they might have a full database of athletes, but they also have their short list of top tier recruits that they're really interested in and really want to learn more about. And that's when they're going to send out these personal emails to get you on campus, to see you in person and get to know you as a student and an athlete. Then you also tell the college coach to send it directly. You see their name right there. They're adding their phone number for you to have for future reference. Responding to these personal emails. Even if you're interested, that's great. Even if you're not interested, always reply back to these, because it's, you got to play the whole recruiting process, and it's always good to be polite, be respectful. And also, if you're not interested at that moment when you first receive that, you might be interested later down in your recruiting process. So it's really important to be respectful. They're taking the time to email you. You guys can take the time to respond back to them and show them that respect. Because at the end of the day, you never know what might happen in the recruiting process and what school you end up paying for. Mass email invites. On the right, you'll see that example. They almost always look in some shape, form, or fashion of this. They'll have probably a big school logo. They'll have some kind of fancy background. But what you'll notice that initially sticks out is, instead of saying like, "Hi, Chris," like the other one, this one says, "Dear Christopher." So they're not even calling you by the name that you prefer, the name that you probably have on your Sports Recruits profile. So that'd probably be an easy, flag to find. There's also nothing uniquely in this email besides saying, "Hey, you want to come to our camp? These are the dates. Hope you can go." So what does this mean? This means that you are on their coach's list, but you're most likely just in their database that I previously talked about, where they're just trying to, they have a full list of athletes for Pacific grad years, and they're just trying to send out and get to learn more about athletes, and also try to get these athletes to come to their camp to get evaluation, but also, end of the day, college coaches try to earn money for their programs as well. So that's another way they can spend that a little bit sometimes. But this doesn't mean they're not interested in you. They just may not have known about you yet. So it's still, it's still a good thing when you get these mass emails. Obviously, personal are a little more better and genuine, but mass email still means that you're on their radar in some shape. But it does mean, the last one right here on number 2, that this most likely did not come from an actual college coach. So if they're sending these to hundreds of athletes, the college coach is not going to take all that time to do that. Most likely this was sent by an assistant coach that's in charge of recruiting, or their recruiting coordinator, maybe a graduate assistant, and they're putting the stamp of the head coach on this mass email. Responding to these, if you're interested in that school, I recommend checking the email of that mass email. Most of the time it's from like recruiting at the school.edu or baseball recruiting at .edu school. But if you are interested, I would go to that school. I would find who that head coach is that it said it was from, and then respond to them directly and say, "Hey, I got your email about the upcoming camp or showcase. Would love to attend." And then give me your information, start that conversation. On the flip side right here, if you're not interested, no need to respond, because again, it's just most likely a generic email. It's going to a generic inbox, and it most likely won't get a response. So if you're not interested and you're getting a bunch of mail from college coaches and programs and you don't want to respond to this mass email, that's totally fine. But remember, for the genuine personal emails, definitely always respond yes or no if you're interested.